If I find my way home, yeah. Hey, wouldn't it be crazy?
CP, Lakers had a tough one last night. That fourth quarter, they really bogged down. What did you see from your seat while you were watching that game?
Well, I mean, the ball just didn't go in the basket. You know, I think it was a lot of isolation. There wasn't a lot of movement as well. And the people that were playmakers in the first half really weren't able to do that in the second. I mean, defensively down the stretch, Paul George was just too much, and you know, it's too much for the Lakers. Yeah,
no LeBron, no Rondo, Kuzma. We'll see how his back is as Friday's game gets closer. How are they going to score? You know, Ingram and Lonzo really struggled in that fourth quarter. Combined, they had 1 assist. Lonzo did not even take a shot in that fourth quarter. Those guys have to step it up, don't they?
Well, all you can ask is that you're aggressive. That's the thing with Lonzo. He had 6 assists in the first half, and he only had 1 in the second. Only took 4 shots for the entire game. So with him, I want to see him take 15, 16 shots, whether you're making it or not. At least that puts pressure on the defense.
Yeah, just keep shooting, right? And Ingram, you know, Luke said after the game, he didn't name names at all. He just said, hey, some of our guys got a little, he did not use the word selfish, but they kind of held the ball a little bit too long. You know, you don't need to be a mind reader to realize Ingram is probably one of those guys. How can he make the ball less sticky? You know, it seemed to really kind of stick with him a lot in that fourth quarter, a lot of long dribbles, kind of long possessions, that type of thing.
Well, normally you have another facilitator out there in a LeBron or in a Rondo that is able to throw the ball up to Ingram and allow him to do what he does best. He can facilitate. He's a great passer, but he does best when he's receiving it, and he's able to make quick moves and decisive moves. And so I think Lonzo having the ball, them running their normal sets in the half court where, you know, Ingram's coming off a high floppy, and you throw it to him and let him go to work. If it doesn't work, got to reverse the ball and get into another pick and roll.
The high floppy, I like that. All right, easy part of the schedule now for the Lakers. The next 7 games against teams that were under 500, all right? Can they kind of keep the ball rolling here, even though a lot of people are hurt?
In the NBA, there's no easy nights, and that's the way that they have to think, especially with as many people are injured or questionable for the next game. They got to keep the ball rolling and keep growing. I think this can help some of these players that maybe get more experience with LeBron and Rondo being out, having to do more. And, you know, hopefully down the stretch with the playoffs coming around, it'll help them be ready for those moments.
When you play for the Sparks and say 1 or 2 of the other superstars on the team are injured, what do you say to yourself? How do you get yourself up and say, hey, I've got to strap this team on my back and do everything on the court at once?
I think you just think about, you know, play by play, you know, and you can't really take a play off for real when, when your teammates are out because, you know, those are the plays that are really going to decide the game. And so just as much as the basket in the first half is important, it's important in the second half as well. So I know there's a lot of responsibility on Lonzo and Ingram, but other guys got to step up too. Everybody's got to do a little bit more when your main scorers are out.
Yeah, KCP, back-to-back games of 20-plus points. He's taken a lot of threes, but he's making them too. I think he's 10 of his last 24. Maybe they need to play him a little bit more, and he did have 30-plus minutes already in that loss to OKC.
KCP is really playing well. He's shooting the rock really well. I think with him, he needs to be a finisher in the sense of he needs to be throwing the ball and he needs to finish the plays. And that's Lonzo and Ingram's responsibility to not have him make plays, but finish them.